Hey, this is Horror Stories on All Through My Radio. Today we have Tom from Summer Stretch with us, and he's going to play some acoustic versions of their songs. So, whenever you're ready.
Absolutely. Let's do this. All right, this is going to be the newest song I got coming out. First, I do also want to let you guys know we got a few shows coming up on July 3rd at the Forum. We are performing for Eye on Attraction. And then we got July 30th, we're going to be going in, and we got another show at the Forum with Rookie of the Year. So this is going to be the newest song. This is our latest solo. Again, I'm lead singer and guitarist for the band The Summer Stretch. And this is going to be called Brighter Days Ahead. I just wrote this one actually about a month ago. I got it all put together about a week ago. And so here we go. Sometimes these thoughts are we are making sounds, and heat is rolling off my tongue. These words they cut like broken glass, so they leave us feeling numb. But for now, I'll show you there's brighter days ahead, and the sun will shine for you. And I promise my insecurities to rest. I'll focus on what's best, and that would be my life with you. We're always focused on the bad vibes. What about the good times? When I get lost in your eyes, nothing will take that feeling away from me. We could just lay there for hours talking about nothing that matters. But that's okay, cause it's with you. So my love, there's brighter days ahead, and the sun will shine for you. And I promise my insecurities to rest. And I promise that there's brighter days ahead, and the sun will shine for you. I know put my insecurities to rest and focus on what's best, and that would be my life with you. So again, that's going to be our latest one. It's Brighter Days Ahead. We're actually in the studio right now working on getting that out. And as soon as that is out, you definitely got to get on our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/thesummerstretch /rather. And go on there and get that. It's going to be on iTunes coming up shortly after we release that. So look out for that definitely. And this next one is one of the first songs I actually wrote. It's wrote it about, it's been probably 6 or 7 years now. And I started playing guitar when I was about 12 years old. And then they started before that was I played piano, keyboard for a little bit. And then I moved on, got a guitar in my hands, and kind of instantly knew that that was what I wanted to do. I just got this just kind of good vibes and happiness when I had the guitar in my hand. So I started playing music. I did a lot of covers. And then eventually I started and really got, kind of found myself connected more as I got older a little bit, grew up a little bit, and kind of realized that music is my outlet for everything. And it's definitely got me so far, and so far. Wow. All right, but either way, I'm having the time of my life. I'm doing what I like, and definitely come out, support. I try to relate my music to what people go through on an everyday basis, and try to tell my story through that. And I hope you guys appreciate that. And I definitely all the support that we've gotten so far. It's been tremendous, and I want to thank each and every one of you out there. So this next one, I'm going to get into that, and we'll get going with that. And honestly, at this moment, I've been working all day and forgot the name of the song. I'm a little tired. So I'll let you know after that. I'll think of that. But here we go on this. met you, I feel like bring out the best in me. You make me rise to boy. All of the places, the faces, the things that I've done, I knew it was with you. I won't nobody. And I'll never forget you from the day I die. You were the sparkle in my eye. Something it told me, oh, right from the start. The fact we've had our ups and downs, but in the end it's us laying in the dark. You put your arms around me, I'll tell you it's alright. We forget the stars and for once everything is alright. And I'll never forget you from the day I die. You were the sparkle in my eye. You spend the rest of your life with me, from the bottom of my heart, and you're the bullseye of the dark. And that one, that's honestly one of my favorite songs to do live, honestly. We have the guitar, so the guitar part behind that, I read that, try to, I guess, get chords that complement well with it, but it kind of has a harmonizing type of thing too, and it's really, I can't give you the full effect of being one guitar here, but definitely we're recording that song too, so definitely check that out, because that, honestly, full sound is just, you're gonna like it. I know you guys will like it for sure. So I'm gonna do, how much time we got left for music-wise? 6 minutes. All right, I probably got a couple more for you. This one I wrote, I was listening to the song Collide by Howie Day, and I kind of got the inspiration from that. I used the chords, a little bit for that. But this was one that I had lyrics for, and I just could not find the guitar part for it. Stayed up hours on end, honestly, because I'm the type of person, I get anxiety if I have something going through my head and I can't think of it. It literally drives me insane. I'll be out pacing. I mean, I got my girlfriend right here. She vouches for me on that. And but yeah, finally I figured this guitar part out listening to that song Collide, and kind of it fit for me. So this is gonna be bringing back. And yeah, got it kind of with Collide. I actually gonna put a little bit of Collide in there so you guys can kind of get the feel for where it came from. So here it is. The dawn is breaking, a light shining awake and take you up in sitting at the table. Dim lights fill this empty room, but nothing kills the silence. No words can come through. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, everything can change. To know the girl you love has never felt so far away. Take me back to before we had these fights. Take me back when it was right. Even the best fall down sometimes, and even the wrong words seem to rhyme. And out of the doubt that fills my mind, I'll finally find you and I collide. And that is one of our songs in progress right now. I'm trying to make it, you know, it's got an acoustic version that was written before, but I'm trying to put that into more of a punk alternative. I don't really know the genre for it. Dallas, what's your opinion on what new genre? That's a new one. He hit himself. Sing a little something. Do it. This kid can sing. He can do it. I have faith. Really. Yeah, this is just pop. Alright, okay.
When you are the next, love isn't easy, we know. Love will pass on. And if you give it your all, I'll hold you.
The legacy following on my Instagram, that's what I can say. That's it. All right, yeah, he's got this kid's a talented songwriter himself as well. So check him out. Okay, all right, we're gonna do. Got time for one more. All right, this one, honestly, I'm gonna go to a cover on this one. I'm not gonna lie, with this song I've been playing, and this is back to what I was saying when I channel my emotions out and get myself out for music. And I guess I started playing the song, and I just kind of instantly, whenever I would play the song, it's like my anxiety would go away. It was kind of just like, I guess everybody has that song, you know, even if you don't play an instrument, that song you can listen to, and it's just kind of your escape. And I don't know why it was this song. There was something just about the connection, just not between the emotion that I got playing it. So this one, it's called Pocket Full of Dreams. And it's called I'm hydrated now. This Pocket Full of Dreams by Headlines.
I say if I get paid, I'll be fine. But I can't get by on anything. Well, I know if I smoke, then I might die. But I won't die for it. I found a shooting star in the pocket of my jeans. I won the lottery and built a time machine. I got everything and everything is mine to lose. But I don't want anything for you. Free balls and alcohol, I paid my bills. Now I can't get high on anything.
Not gonna lie, I honestly forgot the words. This part is pretty embarrassing. It's very interesting. We'll get there.
I found a shooting star in the pocket of my jeans. I lottery and built the time machine. I got everything and everything is mine to lose. I don't want anything but you. Box of me and empty pockets full of dreams, and you are everything I need. I never found a shooting star when there's holes in my jeans. I didn't win the lottery or build a time machine. I never had much at all, but I still got everything to lose. But I don't want anything but you. No, I don't want anything but you.
There it is.
Alright, so just a couple questions first up. How long have you been playing out?
Playing out. All right. So basically, like I said, I got the guitar in my hands when I was about 10, and then I kind of figured out what I wanted to do. Playing show-wise, I actually got a good friend of mine, Brent. He's actually in the band Head North now. He's the guitarist and lead singer for them, and he was actually the one that got me my first show. I was over at the Forum. And I used to always come out. I loved his band, support them. They have phenomenal music, extremely talented group of guys, and they're kind of seeing them perform live kind of set my foot. And I started questioning and asking around, going to the local music scene, asking around, see who was offering shows, find out the people that I need to communicate with as far as that. And then that was probably about, I was 16 at that point. I started playing out, worked with Andrew Baird. I love that guy. He's all about music and nothing but all his time and his soul. I can't even come up with words for that right now. He's the one that really started where I am right now. He offered me so many shows, festival opportunities, introduced me to so many people that I'm working with now to extend my music and further that out there. And that it made absolutely no sense further that out there. But I'm pretty sure each and every one of you know exactly what I meant by that. But yeah, as for that, it was about 16. Then I worked with After Dark Entertainment a little bit, played shows with them, like Dennis Ferry, another great man. He booked me Club Infinity when that was open over on Main Street, Williamsville. Waiting Room downtown. We played a few shows there. And actually, I was looking at your website earlier, and I saw you were with Redwood the last time around.
Yeah.
They were actually the original group of guys I was with.
Really?
Yeah, Mark was the bassist. Nick was guitarist. We had Gabe Puccio, who was the drummer, and I was lead singer and rhythm guitarist for that band. That's actually the band that I kickstarted out. That's who I started playing shows with. And yeah, it was honestly the time of my life. We got in the studio a lot and playing shows, played a bunch of shows, and we had a great time. Then we went off. They started doing their thing. I went off, tried the solo thing for a little bit, and I just miss having a full band and being able to put that show. There's just a different atmosphere between acoustic and, you know, full band shows for sure. And that's kind of one of the things that I missed in that. Yeah, that was pretty much it. But yeah, then I'm here now, just playing shows. I'm trying to, you know, extend to different cities, you know, get my name out there, and you know, just make something of it. And even if you don't go anywhere with it, you know, I'm following my dream and I'm doing what I love, and you know, you can't trade that for anything. So
yeah, you do really seem really passionate about all of this. It's fantastic. It's really great to see. Have you played outside of Buffalo?
Outside of Buffalo, we did back when we were together. We played early in the beginning. We went to Rochester, played a couple shows there. But really, other than that, it's been more local. You know, we were all in school. You know, all were working jobs, and just the time wasn't there. And that's just the one thing that, you know, if you do have the time and dedication, like absolutely, I'd pursue it. But you know, I got work on the side and everything, and I'm trying. You know, because you got to pay the bills too, and you know,
yeah,
everybody that plays shows. You know that you can't cut that as a paycheck. But
at least not at the beginning.
At the beginning, yeah, exactly. The beginning stages, yeah. And honestly, in the beginning, you know, it's about you know, I really suggest, like, for any people thinking about joining a band or starting a band or in the beginning stages of a band, definitely completely. I keep forgetting what I was gonna say. It's such a long day at work. I don't even want to get into that right now. We all work at the same place, and yeah, it's chaotic. Bank of America call center. Not a fun time all day. But bring me back. Oh, I did it. Oops.
It's too late.
Everything happens. What? Bring me back to where I was though.
Shows.
Yeah, starting a band is what you were getting at.
Yeah, I was about to give a tip. I had something that's not coming. We'll get back to that after.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
Oh, it's fine. I gotta remember what I was saying.
It's one of those days. There's something in the air. There's something in the air, I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's just in the air. All right, so playing out. Haven't played out too much. Well, I'll just get into it. Do you have any horror stories that stick
horror
out to you?
stories? Okay, I gotta think back. They're gonna be. I gotta think, because I know we've had some pretty crazy experiences. I remember the last time, it was one of the last shows that we had played. We were the Break Free back when we were together, when it was Redwood, myself. And yeah, we were called the Break Free back then. And I remember the one time we went and we were at the Forum, and there was, I forgot what the band, I can't even think of the band name right now. But we were all out back. And you know, I was just having a cigarette and talking, you know, meeting some new people, meeting the rest of the guys that were playing the show with. And this band ended up they come in with their van, and then we ended up going, they had a storage locker out back, and everybody ended up going on top of there, and they were just sitting up there. And I ended up getting up there, and the problem of getting down, that was a little bit of an issue there. I have a little fear of heights. I'm not going to lie. And I guess this is more of a embarrassing type, though. I guess it's a little bit embarrassing when I get there. And, you know, I'm seeing all these guys get off, and then I'm sitting here dangling my feet over the edge thinking, oh, exactly what I'm thinking right now. I was scared. I'm not going to lie. And I ended up actually cutting into my set time because I was unable to get down. I had to have somebody actually pull a truck over, get me off of there. And, you know, I safely landed on the ground. But yeah, that definitely was a little embarrassing. And, you know, of course, it was announced. That's why it was cut in our set time, was because I was stuck on top of a storage locker.
I've never heard anything like that before.
Yeah, that's definitely an odd one. That's one I wanted to get out there. But I'm trying to think of another one. I want to think of like good ones, because I don't want.
Do you have any experience, like anything that's ever happened with another band? Because like I had something. We were getting to the show. And then once we pulled into the spot, the car in front of us backed up into our car. And then once they got out, we were like, oh, you guys are the band that goes on after us.
Oh, of course. Or you get the times when you go and you have a set list, and, you know, you'll throw maybe a couple covers in. And, of course, you know, two bands do the same exact song.
I've
You
never
ever get
had that
You
happen.
never get. I used to get that all the time. I don't know, coincidence. I don't know what that was, but we would always do that. Then we'd always change it last minute. Obviously, I don't want to repeat the song. I don't want to take anybody else's spotlight. And it would always happen though. Pretty much every show, if we did a cover. I mean, there were a few shows we did just all our originals. But the songs that we'd have a cover, it would seem like every night we were out that we played. Yeah, there was another band doing that. But little run-ins with bands. No, I really try to be like open with all and open-minded. To all music styles and everybody, and I really appreciate every single person individually, and I really haven't ran into problems, for the most part, get along, and that's the really thing I like about the Buffalo music area. The Buffalo music scene is just, everybody seems to be like close knit and really go out, support each other's shows, and that's really what you got to do. You got to support each other's shows, learn things from each band, go out. That's how part of the learning process is. It's more of a hands-on thing, obviously. I mean, you can read up on it, obviously, but it's more you got to go out there and experience it and learn from people that are going out and living their dream right now, doing that, playing music.
So it hurts to have connections too. So like,
absolutely,
never burn bridges.
Exactly. Yeah, that'll put you in a bad spot. I remember the one time I'd set up a show. I forgot what the name of the company that was even doing the booking was, but I had set up a show and ended up not being able to make it, and I had no contact with them. And then I ended up getting back to them the next day, and it felt absolutely terrible. But I had a situation come up and burned the bridges with that. I tried to get another show booked through that, and it didn't happen. So definitely got to be that. That was kind of my eye opener. That was before I took music more seriously, but it was definitely. I'm just going to be honest. I know, maybe that's not the best thing to say, but it's honesty, because that's what you learn from. You be honest, and you're going to make your mistakes. All through it. Nobody's perfect, everybody, you're going to have your band's crazy nights and get into trouble sometimes. And, to each their own, but kind of went off on sidetrack there.
That's fine. That's fine.
So, but yeah, I'm trying to think back. There's one. Okay. Can we talk about that?
Anything you want.
All right. Absolutely. All right.
The only thing we say is like refrain from names is the only thing we do.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. So there was one time. I'll get to your time. You're gonna have to enlighten me on that one a little bit more. But this was my first show ever playing, and I'm a small guy. I don't weigh much, so my blood alcohol content goes up a lot faster than most people's. And so I'm trying to keep up with the rest of the guys, and I'm drinking, and we end up going out, go on stage, and I feel great. I'm all energetic. I got a nice little buzz going from drinking. And then, we were doing like full band, so I didn't have my acoustic. And then one song I ended up going, I played my acoustic for, and I had a bench there. I sat down on that when I was playing. And about halfway through the song, I was sitting there playing, everything was fine. I was remembering the words and everything. All of a sudden, just fell back on the chair, just middle of playing. And I kept playing though, so I got to get credit for that. I kept playing while I went down, but I just lost my balance, fell down. And I finished out the rest of the song, but I fell over. But enlighten me on the time that you're talking about.
Your bassist was telling me the one time that you went up on stage and couldn't even sing the words.
Okay, yeah, that was too. That was early when we first started the band. Also, it was probably, honestly, I think that was the same one that we played that other show. But yeah,
it didn't mix for me. I got up on stage and I just got anxiety. And I completely froze off, and I was forgetting the words. And it turned out not a good time. But all right, I might be twisting the story. Not twisting the story, but maybe down a little bit. I mean, yeah, every show. I mean, it helps me get my.
You just gotta, of course you have to turn up, but you also have to be coherent enough to get on stage. I love the bands that, I love the band, because this was me myself on a few shows. We would just get up there and we would think we sound amazing.
Yeah.
We think we sound amazing. We're rocking out, like, we sound amazing. Come to watch the video. We watched the video the next day at my buddy's house. He taped the show, and we watch it. The bassist has the guitar completely in a complete wrong tuning. So the bass is completely wrong, but we're up there and we think we're doing great. And then, the guitar just was delayed off. The two guitar parts just did not match up, and the drums were off. And, we're up there thinking we sound great. So at that point, I realized definitely do not, know your limit before you're about to get on stage and perform in front of people.
Yeah.
Because you'll think you sound good, and in reality, I mean, people are going along because you're energetic, and that's half the battle. Is just not half the battle, but half of it you gotta have the music aspect, and you as well got to put on a show because people come out for a show. People, if they wanted to just listen to music, you go ahead and just buy your music and go ahead and take a listen to that. You got to go out, put on a show for it. And that's what I try to do each and every show, is just be energetic, get everyone involved, and get them up to the stage. Even not playing shows, I try to get my fans involved, and offer contests. And currently, you go on my Facebook right now, or the band Facebook. You can go ahead and like and share one of our posts for a chance to win tickets to Rookie of the Year on July 30th. So I just try to keep everyone interacted and not just, sit back. Because when I originally started, that was more of a thing. I didn't really do much of a promotional side. And I didn't really try to get my name out there, at least as far as social media. And social media is crazy. Like I can't think back before it. Well, I can think back before it, but just the way music and how it can get out there and how you can get located now, it's just definitely social media has played a huge part. And I see it getting my fan base built up. My Instagram, get a lot of people coming in contact with me about the music, and it feels great. And that's as well. If you're first starting up, definitely to get your music out there. Get your friends, because then you're going to get a group of people that are going to consistently come out to your shows, and it can only go up from there. So,
all right. So you've had issues with the band being drunk. Have you had any issues with the crowd being drunk?
Oh yeah, we've definitely had some crazy crowds. Yeah, we've had people, and our music's not even that heavy, but we've had people definitely end up on the ground. We had one girl, she was right in the front of the stage, and they had the rail or whatnot in front of us. And, she was sitting there jamming out. Definitely looked intoxicated. Definitely could not keep her balance. And then she ended up leaning over the rail and just decided to throw up right there, and decided that was going to be a good spot, right in front of the stage. And, I did at that point stop the show, and that was probably the wrong thing to do, because I'm just drawing attention to her at that point. I didn't obviously point out that she was throwing up, but it's pretty apparent when you got someone. And then immediately after that, this is the absolute worst part about this, is immediately after that, she was hanging over the rail, flips over the rail, and where do you think she lands?
Oh no. She landed in the pile of puke.
Yeah, unfortunately, I saw that, and I don't know. It's kind of one of those things that secretly, you kind of got to laugh because it's kind of funny, but at the same time, you kind of actually feel bad because now they're going to be walking out of there. And,
yeah, that's not the ideal situation.
You're home.
Yeah, right. They put towels on the car.
Yeah. That's almost like a thing that's it's so perfect, but horrible at the same time.
Exactly. That's like a, I don't know. I'm going to come up for a word with that. Come back to that before the end of the show. I'm going to come up with a word for that being perfect, but horror at the same time.
Yeah, I've seen people have to get carried out.
Oh yeah,
just can't even walk.
Yep.
That was actually there was one show. It seemed like there was so many people that left. Where'd the crowd go? It's because they were all taking care of this person. It's just everybody was on babysitter duty. Show's over, guys. This person's too drunk.
It just astonishes me with shows that people, I guess people just don't know their limits, especially with obviously I play my style of music, but I also listen to dubstep, all that. And it just astonishes me at those shows. You'll walk in, and immediately, right when you walk in, before who you paid the ticket for, who you paid the money to see, who you're there for, before they even get on stage, hours before they even get on stage, when they got all the opening acts, you see them getting carried out in stretchers, overdose and come on, I understand, people have their fun and do it responsibly, but why would you even do that? Why would you get yourself so out of your mind that you can't even enjoy the show, that you're going to be know your limits type thing. But
yeah, I seen it like college shows because
Yeah.
people a lot of times like people will just show up just because like I can put them in the party, so they just get out, show up, drunk, and then whatever will happen. But
Yep.
No, we don't have like I played a band too, and we don't have
Okay.
a ton of issues because no one in our band drinks. So it's
Okay.
like
So there you go. Yeah.
yeah, so we don't really have those issues.
That cuts out 75% of it.
Yeah, it cuts out a lot of issues. But the thing is, like, we're sober, so we watch everybody else go nuts. Like, so we're there the entire time just observing everybody
I hate
else.
that. I hate being sober around drunk people, and you
Yeah.
just like you want to like be where they are, and then you just
can't
realize,
put
and you're like, okay,
there where they are.
exactly.
Yeah, that's why like people always complain about designated driving and stuff because like you have to sit there and watch all these people be like babies for the
Yep.
whole night.
You're a babysitter for the night. Babysitter and a taxi cab driver.
Yeah.
That's just the way it goes.
It's just what you got to put up with. You just gotta. It's what you signed up for, I guess. Try to help out.
Exactly.
Can't go out.
Hey, good karma will come around.
Yeah, yeah. You can always hope for that.
True.
So what we got? We covered drunk people. You guys being drunk. What else? What is any complications with equipment or stages or anything? Because we had somebody on here before. They were talking about how they played a show and it was raining so hard that even the stage had like an inch of water
Oh,
on
no
it.
kidding.
Yeah, that's something I never
Hopefully
heard of.
there's a warranty on that equipment.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever had anything like
I've
that?
really never had equipment problem. I had one time where I had a Marshall 100 watt. It was only like, I think it was a 112. And then I ended up trying to plug my guitar in the one day, and the input went all the way in. And so it was just, I could never plug in after that point. So had to get rid of that one. But other than that, I'd say my only issue I've had with them was when I decided last year to go ahead and sell all my music equipment. And that was terrible. That's a whole nother story to get into that we're not going to get into today. But yeah, I ended up I get is there really any? You said the only rule is not talking about people.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, go for it.
All right.
Whatever
Well,
you
basically, I'll explain a little bit about myself. This past summer was it was a bad summer for me. I chose to not work. Kind of partying and drugs was what I wanted, and I really had no goals at that point. And at the time, that seemed fine. But now it was kind of like looking back at that, like you got to at this age. Once you're over, let's say 16, 17, you gotta have a job. So you gotta either have a job or be in school. Like it's kind of the one, or have a way of making like. But anyways, I gotta stop sidetracking because I keep forgetting what I'm talking about. I hate this. There really is something in this air right now, and I'm forgetting some. Where was I going?
See, I didn't even remember, and I was listening. That's crazy.
Do you remember?
You were talking about last summer.
Oh yeah,
and talking about selling your equipment.
So basically, I ended up selling my equipment for, but looking back at that, music was something I love, and I'm selling that for half of what I got it for, if that. And then I kind of had the realization beginning of this year. I was like, I'm going to play my guitar, and I love playing acoustic, but I missed the electric guitar. I miss having that in my hands. And then look back and realize, okay, I thought all my equipment was on my parents, but no, it's no longer have that. So now I'm in the process of restocking that equipment. And by the end of this month, I'm going to have all new equipment. So my show on July 30th, I will finally have all new equipment. Been saving up for a little bit for that. But really, yeah, as far as equipment issues, I really haven't had. I've been pretty lucky so far with that. So
that's always a good thing.
Durable, yeah. 'Cause it gets expensive.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Our piano player bought an amp, and we immediately blew it out so fast. Never even played a show with it. Just out of practice.
That's how it always happens, sir. Yeah, practice. I've seen. It's never happened to me, but I've seen it happen with a lot of people that I've jammed with. Because that's the one thing too. I love working with all various artists, different genres. That's right here. He's like R&B. I like working with him. I got a couple other friends I actually just recorded They're DeVille kids, and my friend Justin, and Andy. They're pursuing the same thing, their dream for music, and I jumped on a song with them that should be dropping in August. Not 100% sure, but definitely follow them as well. Good friends of mine, and they great music as well. But yeah, like working with different artists and experiencing new things, trying new things, and that kind of helps me build my genre too, because I decide what I like to play. I like experiencing with everything. I don't go in with the mindset that I'm going to play pop punk, or I'm going to play alternative, or I'm going to play classic rock. I go in with the mindset that I'm going to make my genre. I'm going to make what I want. I'm following my dream. I'm doing what I love. So I'm going to make the music I want. And if people like it, it's perfect. If not, it's perfect, because I'm doing what I love. So
What
Just-
the hell?
Yeah.
what the hell?
Just immediately forgot the word. I had it in my head, and then once I had to say it, whatever, doesn't matter. Just doing you. Although I usually find that no matter what you put out, so there's someone out there who's gonna
Yep.
like it. They're gonna relate.
Exactly.
To it.
Yeah.
Just-
That's the whole thing. Like I said, I try to get my songs to relate. At least they're my situations. A lot of my songs, I write. And the thing I hate is I can only write songs when I'm depressed. I feel like I can never.
I've seen that with a bunch of people.
I can never write songs when I'm happy, and I want to, because I want to write happy and energetic songs. And then I'm sitting there and trying to write, and it's I'm forcing myself to try and write, and just have writer's block, and I'll do what I do to try and get the creative juices flowing, and it doesn't help, and then I'll be depressed, and then instantly running for the pen and paper, and it's I got a masterpiece. But I don't know why. I can only get my thoughts and what I'm feeling channeled out when I'm depressed, and that's so pretty much every song I wrote was a downtime in my life, and I've been trying really hard to try and write more happy, because people have been telling me that's one thing that I've gotten from people, that they want to hear just more happier songs and more, I guess not necessarily energetic, because we do have a lot of energetic songs, but more happy.
It's upbeat,
not negative
stuff.
words.
Yeah.
Not even that. We have some more upbeat songs, but they're more I don't know, the lyrics. I don't even know. I really don't even know. I'm trying to find my genre. I'm trying to find what I do. I've asked so many people what they think my genre is, and like I said, I've never got a definitive answer.
I feel that's the hardest thing.
Yeah.
It's just trying to define things. It's not
Well, sometimes you don't have to.
Yeah.
I guess in this situation, like I said, I'm doing what I love, and I'm putting my time, my heart, everything into it. And like I said, if I go somewhere with this, I'm gonna run with that, take that, and run with it. If not, like I said, I'm doing what I love, and music's my escape, music's my happiness, and each people have that. People who like sports, they'll go out, play basketball, play football. I was athletic in school. I played a lot of sports. Played baseball for a while. 15, 16 years. Played football for a couple of years, basketball, and kind of even after that, my biggest thing was still music. I was still going home right after practice, and all my hours would go towards playing the guitar, trying to write music, working, bettering it. So
I think a lot of it's just time. You put your time in,
Yep.
eventually, eventually it works
exactly,
out.
practice makes perfect. You gotta repeat something and make it second nature, and then you're able to build from that.
Yeah.
That's what I try to do.
Yeah, I know.
At least
Just
guitar-wise.
even in the business as well. If you keep putting yourself out there,
Yeah, you're bound to get noticed.
Yeah,
Someone will notice you.
it'll that snowball will go. It depends on how long it'll take, but
Exactly.
it'll get
It's
going.
all a matter of time.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, I hear you 100% on that. Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do. Get my music. Like I said, we're getting recorded now so that we can get something out there. And I'm gonna be sitting there very critically listening to my music, I guess, and critiquing it and making sure that that's perfect when we get that out there. So definitely, just like I said, stay posted, follow us. Go ahead, we'll let you know when that's going to be coming out. And yeah, we got our show schedule on there. Like I said, we do have the two July. Oh, sorry about that. July 3rd and July 30th. Be at the Forum. Follow For the Music Productions. They're going to have that list of showings with also a lot of other great bands. And check it out. Support local music. It's really, we go out, we have a good time. If you got nothing else to do, there's a lot of shows. I know there's, festivals that go on like Sundays, for example. A lot of people have off Sundays. Come out, just give it a try. See if, it's not necessary. I mean, the Forum, for example, there's 2 bars there. Come out, and even if you just want to have a few drinks, and then you got the added plus of music. So definitely that's my biggest thing is like I started, like when I first started playing, I didn't really get out to many shows. I know it was always advised by people booking the shows to get out to shows, and I didn't have the time, and between work and school and not having, I'm not even going to make excuses, but I didn't get out to as many shows as I should have. And from that now, I feel like I didn't get better until I went out and did that. Like I said in the beginning, it was more of a learning experience, going out and seeing all these bands. And yeah, that's how I really look at it, as a learning experience. And you can learn a lot from it. And then you also, as well, you get to enjoy good music and meet good people. So
how's the studio going? Like, because that's always really hard for me, like have to listen to your own stuff.
It gets redundant.
Yeah.
It's annoying. But it's something you have to do if you want to put out something good. You're really got to listen. And I'm happy I don't do the editing and the mixing, because that would literally drive me absolutely crazy. But yeah, I go in, do the music, let him do his thing. Keep hitting this with my foot. Let him do his thing, and then come back, take a listen to it. And if I don't like something, immediately open my mouth and no, that's not happening. This isn't happening. This is going there.
Yeah. Since you're a vocalist too, like a lot of people are like, oh, it's so weird to hear yourself. Like,
I hate it. I hate recording vocals. I never use headphones. I never use headphones when I record vocals. I can't have them on. So there's something about it, and something about hearing my voice, as like, I feel like if I ever had to use, those, I can't even think of that word for that. The
monitors, the in-ear monitors.
Yeah, exactly. The in-ear monitors. If I ever had to use those, I feel like I wouldn't even be able to. And I know.
Would you just rather not hear yourself than?
I guess, yeah, it's true. In shows like that, like obviously there's gonna be the noise issue, but I don't know. I just prefer out of a floor monitor. I can't have it in my ear, like hearing my sound directly in my ear. There's just something that throws me off, and then I sing off. Right. And like even in the recording, I sing off a lot of the time, and then eventually take the headset off and I'll sing it right all the way through on point. So I don't know, that's my biggest thing, but everybody has their own preference, and some people like having a delay on it, and everybody has their preference how they do it, and all that matters is that final picture. It doesn't matter how it's done, it's just how it's all put together.
I find it so difficult to record. Like I can play a song so on when we're just playing it, but then when it comes to recording, it's so weird. Like it becomes a different thing. Like even that, and just I don't know. I don't even know if I get the feel as much when I have to listen to a recording and then play to that. Like when I'm playing with the band, it's just I don't know, the click is there.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, because you're definitely. Yeah, I've done one full band recording where they just had the above air or the microphones. Hey, yeah, the hanging microphones, and I don't know. It doesn't have that same sound, obviously, because you're not going to get. And even you try your best to get. I mean, you can get there close to it, but you can't get really that even levels.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because it's all
you can mix it perfectly.
Exactly. So, but I don't know. It's got kind of cool sound. Got more of a fuller. We did it honestly. It was me and this guy CJ that I used to record with. He was actually a Grammy nominee. He was with Green Gel, the guitarist for them, and that's the first time I recorded. And I went over to him. And yeah, we ended up putting together 2 songs. That was when I first started, before I even got in a band, and recorded a little bit with him. And he showed me a lot. We went through the whole, I sat down with him, and we would stay there all night, and just go through. And I'd sit with him while he was mixing, and he was showing me things and showing me all the equipment and everything. I got a little background because I always, I don't know, I was fascinated by that a little bit. And how that happens. And I just received a text message that Shane Dahman wants a shout out. So I'm going to give you that there for you, buddy. But yeah, as far as that, Okay, please don't do that again because I forgot my train of thought. But
tonight is not the night to be distracting people.
absolutely not. Yeah, if I need distraction, right? I have ADHD as it is, so or ADD. I actually have both. So like work is terrible for me because we're at a desk all day, and I have to be like on my feet, and I'm like walking around, and I'm on a phone, so I have a headset in, and I'm just walking around and pacing around and annoying the shit out of everybody else around me, and it's just I can't sit still. Probably see me around like looking around, and I don't know. I lose my train of thought a lot, and it sucks. And it really sucks with music too when I'm up there and I forget the words. Even being completely sober and I'm up there and I forget the words sometimes. But you work through it. I've dealt with it. Tried medication for it, and I just deal with it. Makes me who I am, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if that's like you gotta express you, I guess.
Exactly.
When
Yeah.
it's music, you're getting about what you want to put out.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I like. I don't have to like remember lyrics at all. That's so much harder. Like in my opinion, I'm just gonna sit here, play guitar.
Yep.
Just do me.
Yep. And I was having the problem where I would play a lot of songs that I'm just writing and not super familiar with. And I'll go out and be playing those at shows. And I just learned that you got to solidify those before, because we're giving people the first impression of that song, and going out there and you're not 100% on it. That's the one thing. Like when I go to shows and I come up with my set list, I pick out songs that I got a handful of songs that I've written since, even before I started playing music. I've got actually a few songs that my girlfriend as well wrote and changed those into songs. And it's just, I've had friends, want to write songs for me, and I just have a bunch of songs, but I go with the ones that I'm 100%. I know I'm going to go up on stage, and I know I'm going to kill it performing it. And yeah, that's the biggest thing. Like be sure of you, I guess.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Like be sure of you and be sure of what you're putting out there, and have fun. Like that's the biggest part that I'm not going to reiterate enough. And I don't think anybody would. Like, you got to go out and have fun. I see all these bands getting stressed out, and, obviously, any situation, there's going to be those stressors, but just got to make the best of it and ride through it and deal with the situation and have fun, and just make sure that you're going out there having the time of your life. I haven't got the opportunity to tour yet. But I have a lot of friends through, and they say it's the time of their life, and it's experience that they're going to be able to carry on with them. And, that's really my goal, is like, even just that, obviously I want to go somewhere with my music, and obviously that would be amazing. And I would be the happiest man in the world if I could use that as a job. But like I said, either way, it all comes back to being happy and being you. And that's where I originated, and that's where music originated with me.
Yeah. If you're not having fun on stage, why would the people you're playing for be having fun?
Exactly. You can feel vibes.
Forth. Yeah.
You can feel vibes, especially at shows.
I find too, if you make a mistake and you're super stressed out about it, it's going to have more of an impact on, if you just kind of let it brush off, the crowd will also
absolutely
brush it off easier.
Absolutely. Yeah. We're humans, we make mistake. We're not up there having everything perfect. Obviously we're going to mess up. And it's all about how you react to that and how you adjust. And like you said, you brush it off and just keep moving forward. Don't stop the song. I've seen a lot of acts where they'll just stop the song at that point, and then that's when it makes it noticeable. Like, a lot of the times we'll hear our own slip ups, and we'll think that, oh, we messed that up terribly. And in reality, nobody noticed. We'll go after it and I'll be like, oh, I can't believe I just messed that song up that bad. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'll see the video and there'll be one note that's barely noticeable. You gotta really be listening out for it. And then it's just a situation like that. Brush it off, move forward, continue on. Things will be all right. That's the big thing. Exactly. And people appreciate you. So if you stop it,
The crowd is not as critical as you are.
exactly. Oh yeah,
That's so true with music. You're definitely you're at least me. I won't say for music, but at least me. I'm so critical of my singing and my guitar playing, and I've always played really rhythm guitar. I learned in the beginning. I learned actually a lot of country rock and a lot of Leonard Skinner stuff like that. AC/DC. I learned the soloing for that. But really after that, I just kind of focused more on chords and focused more on my singing. And never really extend. I would never be able to jump into a band, play lead guitar. But I do more of the chords, and I just like the sound, like the feel, and it's kind of up there. It's kind of, I feel naked without the guitar, I guess, when I'm on stage. I don't know. I have to have my guitar there.
Yeah, I've seen like people go from like being in a band where they're doing two things like guitar and singing, and then go to another band where they're just singing. They're like, oh, what do I like? Almost like that. What do I do with my hands? Kind of thing. I'm just gonna put these here. I'm not sure what to do. It's totally different. Do you have any other horse race that you can think of? Anything else coming to you?
There's gonna be something coming to me in a minute.
Just not now, right?
Yeah. So Des, you're gonna talk. Well, I think it's something. If you don't mind,
after the show.
Put you on the spot. I'm sorry, I put you on the spot so much. I gotta go buy you a beer after this.
I mean, now I have, along with Tom here, but I recently moved. Well, not. I've been here about 2 years, but when I came here, my goal was to find a team that was a powerhouse, that I knew that we were going to go somewhere, and I have that now. Like, I've been here 2.5 years, and my team, the name of our team is Way. It's Work Art GNT, so WAE, and you can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. So at Working Art Entertainment. So we have people on our label. We have one, Onido. He has his project. It just came out. It was just released. It's called Reset. So that's on Google Play. It's on iTunes. We have another artist named Del Hayes, and he's going to release his album soon. So and I'm going to release mine. And it's within the next.
I like it. All right, so I got one, I guess. It was a pretty bad time. I don't want necessarily if you classify this as a horror story, but this was definitely a bad time. So, all right, we were already running late. We all got together probably around noon that day. We had a show at 7. And it was probably about 5:36, 5:40 at this point. I don't know why I remember that time frame. But either way, it was a little before 6. And so we head off, get to the show because we had load in at 6:15, and we end up getting there, and there's absolutely nobody here. So I immediately contacted the person who set up the show for me. Found out I was at the complete wrong venue on the opposite end of town. So we drive all the way back there, and we get there correctly. I saw the people I was supposed to see, and I had a relief, and I was happy. I was like, okay, so now I get in there and realize the tickets are sitting on my dresser at home. So I have absolutely no tickets. So I sent somebody back at that point. Obviously, I wasn't going to leave at that point. I was too close to putting the show on. So I sent somebody to get back to get the tickets. And then, of course, the tickets weren't there when we got home. So I ended up having to I didn't have to pay all of it back, but I ended up having to pay back on tickets that I had lost. So yeah, that definitely was not a fun time, but it was so worth it. I went out, I put a show, like I said, had the time of my life, and it paid off. Yeah, I paid to have fun, but who cares? But
I hate showing up late so much.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel terrible, and then I'm like, okay, well, I'm never going to get another show again. And but yeah, that's the one thing. Just been working hard, trying to put on a good show, and I've had. I love having at shows and people come up to you and, want to work with you based on seeing your show. And that just makes me feel like I'm stepping my foot in the right direction and I'm doing something right. And that's my motivation, playing these shows. Obviously, sometimes we have our bad nights. We got into that a little bit earlier. When I put a lot of alcohol into play, like I said, I tend to have more bad nights. So I kind of decided to cut down on that so I can at least put on a little bit. I'd put on a crazy show, some crazy shows, but the music aspect of it, it was off. Like I said before, we got into that conversation that, you think you sound amazing, but in reality, it doesn't sound too good. But, as far as that, yeah, definitely, I'm having the time of my life. I keep getting to that, but that's my main thing. Like with music is I'm just, I'm doing it for me and to be happy. And like I said, if people like it And obviously there's people that like it. My music has been being downloaded, and that the iTunes sales are there, and I'm reaching out to people. But even if that wasn't the case, I'm happy and I'm doing what I love.
That's excellent. Yeah, so showing up late though, I've actually had an issue with showing up too early, because we got there first. We beat everybody. We beat the promoter. We beat the person who was running, who owned the venue, because a house show.
Okay.
So we beat them. We beat everybody there, but it was this sketchy part of town. So we're just walking around, just are you the person? Are you the person?
You're just asking everyone.
It was just it was terrifying. It was the worst. All right.
Yeah, actually, my first night meeting Greg, we got there a little early. I had the complete wrong time. It was supposed to be there at 6. We got there at 4. So I was just sitting around. I ended up getting in because it was open. But and then I saw Greg and walked up to him. Yeah, it was my first time meeting him though. But I guess it makes a good impression though. Showing up early, it's better than showing up late.
Yeah, I guess so. All right. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. So if you just want to plug stuff again, and then we'll wrap it up.
All right. So wait.
So just whatever you got your shows coming up, and you got social media,
absolutely.
Just throw that out again.
All right. So again, we got July 3rd over at the Forum. That one's going to be at 6 o'clock. The doors. That's going to be with Eye of Attraction. They're the headlining act. Come out to that. I'm going to myself have. You can find me on Facebook. My personal Facebook is going to be Tom Frisicaro. That's how I do a lot of my ticket sales through. As well as, I got some people that go out and reach those flyers out and whatnot. But you can contact me directly. I'll actually be able to either mail those tickets to you, leave them at the door, get those out to you, come deliver them personally. Anyway, definitely come out. I could get those. They're $7 pre-sale. And then you can go 10 at the door. Same thing applies for July 30th. That's going to be with Rookie of the Year. That one I'm really excited for. I had to get off that. I was supposed to be with him the last time he came, and I ended up having to leave that show due to another situation. But as far as that, definitely stop out. Put on a great show. Got the full band back together. So for those of you that have been coming out and supporting, coming out to the shows, seeing the acoustic stuff, we're gonna have the full band back together, and I'm stoked for that. Honestly, it feels so great to be back. We got a good group of guys. It clicked. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And going forward and continue with these shows, finishing this recording up, getting that out there, and see where we go from there.
And that's the summer set.
The summer stretch.
Sorry.
Yes, I actually I don't know how I came up with that. I was just sitting at work and was thinking about summer, and then I saw the word stretch pop up, and it was the summer stretch.
They have it, yeah.
So it works. It works.
Does the band have specific things too, like Facebook, Twitter, or whatever?
We have it's facebook.com/the summer stretch. We got that going on. It's actually a buddy of mine does all that, and he puts on all our shows. You can go through when we have the music coming out. Unfortunately, we don't have anything out at the moment, but when we do finish that recording up, get that out, you'll be able to have the link for that there as well. But yeah, big now just to we got all the promotional stuff going on, and we got prizes and chances to win tickets and whatnot. So check out that Facebook page, and you'll be able to go ahead and take a look into that at that point. But yeah, as far as that, also my Instagram, I put it on my personal Instagram. A lot of my music, I do a lot of covers that I put on there, and that's going to be T Frizz. That's FRIZ 392. That's going to be the Instagram. So I'm constantly, each day I try to do a new cover. So definitely check that out as well. And again, I want to thank everybody that has been there. And for those of you that don't know who I am, definitely hope you like that music. If you like it, come on, check it out. If not, just come hang out with us. We're a good group of guys, and we'll have a good time. So I do appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate as well this opportunity to be here. It's been
thanks
great.
So much for being on.
Absolutely.
All right. So that was Horse Race with Tom from Summer Stretch. Go check them out. And thanks for listening.